What's up, everybody? Been a long time. How's everybody doing? It's Adam, formerly known as Fat Boy Fit. Now it's just Adam, married Adam with a wife now. No kids yet, but I have my own business now. So the little stuff that you can see behind me, there's more of it. I'm in a whole space right now. Man, it has finally happened. Finally got in my own space. Finally have my own facility. Taking some time, things like that, years. For people who are just coming to the channel, at one point I was basically just, training out of my house in my garage and stuff like that, and doing it that way. Training at an apartment facility and stuff like that I had. Training at every other gym that I could think of and stuff like that. Working at Crunch, working at Eagle Fitness out here in Idaho, where I'm at currently still. But man, I'm blessed and highly favored, man. What can I say? The one thing that I can say about all this stuff right now is basically just, it's a huge blessing to be in this position, to be able to, one, not have to take a loan out and be able to put the money up for my own facility. The nitty-gritty. I chose Titan because it was a cheaper thing for me to be able to, or cheaper, not thing, but cheaper equipment for me to be able to get a facility together with a small space, 1,300 square feet, a single office for my wife and me and our clientele, a small bathroom, simple, easy, right? Titan afforded me the best bang for my buck to be able to get everything I need. Facebook Marketplace, obviously here locally, be able to get a few other things that I needed, stuff that I've accumulated over the years, obviously. But here we are now, okay? I don't know what else to say, man. I mean, for anybody who is looking at starting a business or starting a gym, or wanting to start any endeavor, here's what I can tell you, and from me just starting out now, do it, okay? Just do it. If you're waiting for the perfect opportunity, you're waiting for the perfect chance, you're waiting to have all the money together and everything like that, don't get me wrong, you want to have some money together, but there's never going to be a perfect opportunity. I'm glad I didn't squander my money and go do something else. Other people told me to go do real estate. That's great. I know that's a great thing for a lot of people, but that's not my personality. I would love to do something like this. The shirt says, bet on yourself, okay? And that's what I did, okay? Shout out to Zachy P. Anyways, so for me, it was taking the chance, taking this money and saying, you know what, this is what I want to do. This is my passion. This is my dream. I've always wanted to do sports performance, train athletes. Obviously I still do personal one-on-one training, but the youth and things like that are my pride and joy, man. So I wanted a place where I could finally do that. That's, not Crunch and somebody else's facility. So I finally did my own, right? So for anybody else who's venturing out and wanting to do your own thing, I'm gonna tell you to do it, okay? Obviously, go through all the things that you need to figure out the money part. Is it gonna work out? Are people gonna be able to show out, and come to you and things like that? I'm glad that I started really small, 1,300 square feet. We signed a 2-year lease. Hopefully we outgrow this hopefully we outgrow this space in 2 years. And if not, we're still here for a few more years and we'll re-sign the lease and keep this thing going. But hey, freaking love it, man. Well, that's about all. I'm almost like 5 minutes.
Well, first off, it's obviously almost 12 o'clock at night, but here's the space, okay, out here in Nampa, Idaho, okay. I'm working late tonight just because, I'm trying to get everything in here by Monday, or ready to go by Monday, right? So our nice little office where my wife, who's the nutritionist, she'll be here, stuff like that, right? Come in to a small little space. Back here, boom, boom, boom. I got to lay the rest of the floor and stuff like that down. Leg press, treadmill. I don't necessarily need that treadmill, but we have one. Pec deck, rear delt fly, stuff like that. Boxes and boxes on stuff. Things on things, more things. My pro jersey from when I was in Germany. My college jersey, and an assortment of other goodies and fun things, stuff like that. All right. Basic, simple, okay? As probably people are looking around, they're like, well, how are you going to do a gym in this space? And okay, here's my thing, right? Me, I'm a functional fitness trainer, okay? So anybody who has followed my stuff, you know I don't lift a lot of like super heavy weight, and I'm not really using a lot of the commercial grade equipment and stuff like that that you might see in other commercial gyms, right? So for me and myself and my training, it's a lot of functional fitness, right? So a lot of this stuff is going to be geared for athletes, you know, dumbbells, med balls, you know, plyo boxes, hammer jammers, things like that. I've got an assortment of all kinds of stuff, right? Obviously, you can see that I've got the bumper plates. We've got change bumper plates as well. I mean, there's like the cast iron that we have, the plated coated ones. You know, that's just kind of like the stuff that we need. We're going to have TRXs and things like that in here and whatnot. Sorry, I keep paneling around, guys, because like I'm talking and not switching the camera. Anywho, got barbells for women and men, right? So got 4 barbells right now. I'll obviously order a few more. We've got cones for our kids to do agilities and things like that. Sticks for stretching. We've got tennis balls for us to do agility stuff. We've got lacrosse balls for massages. There's a Theragun back there. A roll-up door from the distance from this wall all the way to my neighbor's wall back there who's in the neighborhood. It's 26 yards, so, you know, the kids can run. If they need to go outside, I can take them outside, or any of my other athletes or any of my other clients, I can take them outside, and the weather gets nicer. You know, right now it's, you know, it's just the 1st of March. So, I mean, like, you know, we got stuff to do, right? So it's going to be fine. The nice spot about this, what I do like is, this heating unit right there is going to be great for the winter time, right? So I got with Intermountain Gas out here in Idaho, kept my flat rate of $47 a month. Honestly, I know some people are like, well, I wouldn't do that because when you get into the summer, you don't use that much gas. And I'm like, yeah, but when you get into the winter, you're going to use more gas. So for me, I looked at it like, hey, it's a flat rate, no big deal. It cost me about $5.60 for the month. I can deal with that, right? Now, obviously, this is a small space, so the issue that I am going to end up dealing with is getting cooling going on. I would love to install a big-ass fan, which is called a big-ass fan, up top here, but that's going to be as me as a tenant leasing this place. I would have to put that in myself, so I've got to figure out the cost on that. All the guys in the shops around myself, I've asked them questions about what do you do for cooling. Everyone's like, hey, you just get one of these, like, basically bigger units like this. And all the guys basically said they just roll the door up a little bit, put it in there on a cart like those, put a piece of foam in front of it, and basically just keep the whole place cool. And then you can basically open up the back. Oh, and the back here, right. So we will get lights out here eventually, okay? But this is going to be for where the baseball players are going to be at and stuff like that. A nice good distance in here for them to be able to throw. Unfortunately, they might be able to hit. We're going to be able to put some netting up and stuff like that. So nice little area for those guys. Okay. What else? There's more. I mean, obviously you can't see more. And for anybody who's looking at the video right now and this gets posted, you're probably like, man, I don't really know if I can see the vision in this small place. And I'm like, honestly, man, I'm be honest. That's okay if you don't see my vision, because at the end of the day, it's my vision, right? So whatever vision that you have going on, if whatever you want to be, a mechanic, a welder, the Army, the Air Force, you know, you wanted to do whatever, man. You wanted to, you know, join Broadway musical, right? Anybody who tells you that you shouldn't do it and they doubt you about it, man, I'm not going to tell you to screw them. Some people are right about some of your dreams. Obviously some of that stuff is, you know, probably can't do it, or not necessarily that you can't, but it's like, hey, that's not really you. Anyway, sorry, side note. Me, like I said, this is a space for me where I felt like this is going to be the best thing that I needed, get the bang for my buck. Full transparency, this place cost me $1,750 a month in rent. That's including the triple net cost fees, which are triple net cost fees basically for snow plow removals and stuff like that, the trash, the little maintenance around the areas and things like that. That's what I pay for. Total for my building and everything like this, for my Wi-Fi, my insurance for the building, the gas for the building, the power, all that kind of stuff, the little small details and stuff like that. Total for all the costs for my overhead for this place is going to be about $22,500. So not too bad. The clientele that I have will probably be, you know, being able to do about 10 grand a month. That is the plan. Would love that. If we can push for more, we'll push for more, man. So that's the whole thing around here. Ooh, well, I got to talk about one of the, you know, major, what's the word I'm looking for? Setbacks. That's the word I'm looking for. It's not a major setback, right? Minor setback. So, okay, we've been now in the gym for basically today's Monday, 2 weeks, right? Okay, we really got into this place on the 3rd. Okay, so we only been in here for a little bit, right? And things have been nice, wonderful. Got the place laid out. Everything's cool. Came in today, trained a couple clients. I leave to go home for lunch. My wife calls me and she's like, the gym is flooding. Fuck you mean? What? What'd you say? Gym is flooding. Tank over there. Not, I was gonna say tank, septic tank. It's not a septic tank, but a sewage line backed up or whatever. And in the plaza that all of us share out here, there's about 8 of us here. Everybody was dealing with the same thing. The thing that's different for everybody else is everyone else's usable space is the bathroom, okay, that they had the issue. Excuse me. Everyone's space where the problem was in the bathroom. My space was in the shop that I use, okay? So I'm over here having to now cancel appointments today, move people around, and clean up these floors, make sure that all this gross water is taken out of here, call the insurance company to see if they can come out here and come check, make sure my equipment's not damaged, call the rental people who own the place, and all that kind of stuff, right? But what I can tell anybody is it don't matter. I don't care. I'm going to get it done. It's going to get taken care of. Yes, I'm going to move some people around. It sucks to have to do it, but at the end of the day, it's well worth it for me than being in the position of saying, you know what, well, hey, if it was at Crunch, like I was still there, I'd be in a spot where it's like, oh, you know, hey, I'll cancel on you. Sorry, Crunch couldn't do it, and it's no big deal. But with this one, because it's mine, I'm going to make sure that my people are taken care of around here, okay? So what I can show you guys is this. Hang on one second. Things were looking really, really good for a split second, you know, until I had to take the matting and the turf up and stuff like that. But that's all right. It is one little deal, you know, that sucks. It sucks to have to be in this situation, to have to do this, but it is what it is, right? You know, there ain't no point in me crying and complaining about it whatsoever and being all mad and huffing and puffing and throwing a fit and whatnot just because, you know, a little incident happened, man. Did my equipment get damaged? Hell no. Is it gonna smell in here probably for a couple of days? More than likely, man. I can't lie about that. I'll tell my clients, I'll let them know, I'll put all these air fresheners around and stuff like that and get this taken care of. And hey, man, we make the best of what we got, right? Hey, it is what it is. So update that the water got taken care of, so that was finished. And then 2 days later, everybody, there was a gas leak, all in the same week, right? And you kind of just, what do? You roll with it. What else can you do? I'm gonna talk to the company who owns the building and the realtor people and be like, hey, can we do something about the rent? I'm in an unsafe building. I didn't file my insurance claim, you know, all this kind of stuff. Like, you know, it was just a lot, right? And as a small business owner and a first-time small business owner, obviously it's one of those deals you're like, you want to grit your teeth and yell and stuff like that. And it's just like, you know what? There's no good going to come out of that. You know, yelling at folks, nothing gets taken care of. Everything got handled in one night, especially with the water damage. I greatly appreciate the guy, I think his name is Steven, who came out, and I really appreciate him, man. Me and him talked for about 2 or 3 hours while he was out here. I was even trying to help. You know what I mean? I don't know nothing about no plumbing, but I was trying to help out. So I appreciate that one. And then the next day it was, you know, finding out that the gas was leaking in the building, or excuse me, outside the building. It wasn't leaking in the building, so things were fine. They got it turned off. It's a line on the back of the building and stuff like that. But, you know, thanks to Iron Mountain Gas out here in Idaho for coming out and making sure I didn't blow up or blow anybody else up. So other than that, the building has electric heating baseboards, so we're using those for right now. The last finishing touches will come to the gym tonight and tomorrow. I'm gonna run a class in here tomorrow with my wife and kind of see what that looks like. Me putting the class in here with about 6 to 8 ladies that we know. You know, get some photos, get some information from them, check everything out, get them to see what they would think, and make my adjustments off of that, go through our little test. I mean, I've been training about 15 people in here so far. It's been fine, getting better and better every day. That's really about it. That's just a small little update, okay? Other than that, everything's good, man. Can't complain. God is good. What can I say? You know, this is all thanks to him, all of it, you know. So Praise be to him. But let me go show y'all the gym real quick. Hang on one second. All right. So I would have taken y'all outside, but here's the setup so far. Okay. My jersey from Germany, my jersey from the University of College of Idaho, where I was out here. API, which is Alpha Performance Institute, which is the logo. Okay, foam rollers, things like that. It is a little cold in here. It is 50 degrees. I don't know if everybody can see that. It's 50 degrees in here right now. Okay, I got the little space heater going. We got the door open for this because there's a heater on the wall here. Obviously, like I said, there's another heater inside here, so this is heating up. I'm just trying to let some heat start to heat up a little bit, so hopefully we can get to a decent temperature. So, okay, got the racks. All that turf right there is going to be like that. I'm moving that mat here in a little bit. That mat's going to get cut. A couple of things are changing and stuff like that, but that will all be turf all along the way over there and around that side. Okay, that side. Sorry. Okay. Turf will be right there where you see that, but that turf is going to get put back on that side. I just wanted to see what it kind of looked like. I've got basically everything you kind of need. You know, it's a 1,300 square foot place, right? So I know some people might look at this and you're like, man, but simple space. Okay, like it's not crazy. Okay, it's me. I brought over about 15 clients. Okay, and I'm up to almost 18 right now. We're doing fine in the 3 weeks that we have been open. I got the little heater in here because we had an issue with the gas. We had an issue with water. But hey, small business owner, things got fixed, taken care of, right? So I basically myself, I went with a simple option that we could afford. That would be simple for me and my wife to be able to manage, not stress us out. I mean, who wouldn't love a larger space and a bigger space, and you basically just get into the position where you utilize what you got, okay? It's a little dingy. It's a little rinky-dink. It's not, I'm not gonna lie, it's not the nicest appealing thing, right? But hey, I'm a guy just starting out. I'm selling myself more than I am selling the facility. Now, I'm still gonna make the facility nice, obviously.